and this is the Weekend Jazz Update with Jashani Silva. On this week's episode, Herbie Hancock, his life and times and best hits. Herbie Hancock is an icon of modern music. His music transcends genres and features a distinctive style. He's won 14 Grammy Awards and an Album of the Year award for his album River, The Johnny Letters. He's had a massive impact on electronic and acoustic jazz and R&B. He started out performing alongside Donald Byrd. He then joined the Miles Davis Quintet, where he became instrumental in shaping the post-bop sound. One of his innovations was the use of electronic synthesizers in jazz. One of his best albums from that time, Headhunters, is a study in this technique. He was also a great composer. Some of his best songs have become jazz classics today, like Cantaloupe Island, Watermelon Man, Maiden Voyage and Chameleon. In the 1980s, one of his instrumental compositions, Rocket, went on to shape the future of DJ technique by introducing turnables as a DJ instrument. Hancock went on to win an Academy Award and 14 Grammy Awards for his music. So that was some insight into the life and times and best hits of Herbie Hancock. More details coming up. Also coming up, some trending album news. Stay tuned to the Weekend Jazz Update with Jashani Silva to find out more. We'll be right back after some of on this week's episode, Herbie Hancock, his life and times and best hits. During this hour, we're going to be talking about his biography. Herbie Hancock is an icon of modern music. His music transcends genres and features a distinctive style. He's won 14 Grammy Awards and an Album of the Year award for his album River, The Johnny Letters. He's had a massive impact on electronic and acoustic jazz and R&B. Herbie Hancock was born in Chicago in 1940. He was a child prodigy. At the age of 11, he was performing alongside the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. He then took up jazz music in high school. His main influences were Bill Evans and Oscar Peterson. He was also into electronics and majored in both music and electronics at Grinnell College, where he graduated from. In 1960, he got his first big break when Donald Byrd, a veteran trumpeter, discovered his talents. After touring alongside him for a while, he signed up with Blue Note Records. In 1963, he produced his first album, which topped the charts upon release. In 1963, he joined the Miles Davis Quintet. He recorded several classics alongside them, especially songs like ESP and Saucer. One of his notable hits alongside Davis was on an album called In a Silent Way. He also had a distinguished solo career, producing hit albums like Maiden Voyage and Empyrean Isles. In the early 70s, Herbie left Miles Davis' group and started his own group, the Headhunters. Their 1973 debut album was a massive success and put Herbie on the charts as a very innovative artist of his time. The album also became the first platinum-selling jazz album. In the mid-70s, his career peaked and he was touring nationally and internationally, and at one time he had 4 albums on the Billboard chart simultaneously. His albums also inspired a new generation of hip-hop and dance music artists. In 1980, Hancock showcased the talents of an up-and-coming Wynton Marsalis to the world by collaborating with him on his debut album and touring alongside him for a while. In 1983, he started a new series of collaborations alongside Bill Laswell. One of their best instrumentals was a song called Rocket, which won a Grammy Award for Best R&B Instrumental. Another iconic Grammy Award-winning album was his 1998 album release Gershwin's World, which saw him collaborating with a star-cast lineup, from Wayne Shorter to Chick Corea to Stevie Wonder. Gershwin's World won him 3 Grammys in 1999, including Best Traditional Jazz Album and Best R&B Vocal Performance for Stevie Wonder's St. Louis Blues. Other notable Grammy-winning albums included River, The Johnny Letters, which also won Album of the Year, and Herbie Hancock's The Imagine Project. In February 2016, Herbie Hancock was awarded a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. This is the Weekend Jazz Update with Jashani Silva. On this week's episode, Herbie Hancock, his life and times and best hits. Now it's time for some trending album news. Drummer Billy Davis has just released a great album. This one's all about improvisation. The album's called Retrospectives in the Key of Jazz. Much of Davis' music is based on improvisation. So this album compiled some of Billy Davis' best improvisation-based tracks taken from over a 6-year period. Many of the tracks feature an acoustic drum set or electronic drums and feature themes like reflections of society and life in the universe. Some of the top tracks from the album: Thinking of Mari Lavo, On Hollywood Boulevard and Pandemos. According to Davis, the music was recorded off the bat, mostly during rehearsal sessions, and reflect her views on life and existence and even the universe. She said she wanted to deviate from written material and communicate straight from the heart, her deepest feelings to the audience on a wide range of subjects. This style of improvisation is called aleatoric music, in which some elements of the compositions are based on improvisation. The album's up for release on April 20th on bandcamp.com. So that was some trending album news on the Weekend Jazz Update with Joshani Silva. We are going for a short break. We'll be right back after that. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some of Herbie Hancock's best compositions of all time. Stay tuned. This is the Weekend Jazz Update with Joshani Silva. On this week's episode, it's Herbie Hancock, his life and times and best hits. During this hour, we're going to be talking about some of his best compositions of all time. Here's a quick recap of what's coming up. The first one's called Rocket. This song is famous for its innovative sound and its influence on music. This one combines jazz and electronic music. The song had a significant impact on the future of DJing after it inspired a new generation of DJs to incorporate turnables in their production process. The next song is called Cantaloupe Island. This one's a catchy, funky blues theme song. The song blends hard bop, modal and soul jazz. Hancock composed the song for his 1964 album Empyrean Isles. The song went on to become a jazz standard with several musicians performing it, notably by the band US3 for their hit album Cantaloupe Flip Fantasia, and a song called Chameleon. This song was composed for Hancock's album Headhunters and is divided into three different parts. The first part's a funky section, the second a more abstract section, and the third returns to the funk theme. The song's become a popular dance theme track in later years. So that was some insight into what's coming up during this hour, and this is the Weekend Jazz Update with Joshani Silva. We're going for a short break. We'll be right back after that. Stay tuned. And you're tuned into the Weekend Jazz Update with Joshani Silva. On this week's episode, Herbie Hancock, his life and times and best hits. During this hour, we're going to be talking about some of his best compositions of all time. To start off with, a Grammy award-winning composition by Hancock called Rocket. The song was released in a 1983 album called Future Shock. The song has a DJ style to it and was first performed by the renowned DJ Derek Shavard. He was one of the first DJs to use a turntable as a musical instrument. The song went on to become a massive success and won a Grammy Award for Best R&B Instrumental Performance in 1983. It also won 5 MTV Video Music Awards in 1984. The song is very varied. Its themes span everything from rock to jazz to hip-hop. When Herbie performed this song at the 1984 Grammys, it had a massive impact. For one thing, it brought to the spotlight the concept of turnable DJing, which was novel at the time. Many DJs consequently adopted the technique after that performance. Another instrument that makes a novel appearance in the song is the guitar. Guitars are a type of electric keyboard supplemented by synthesizers and strapped around the pianist while he plays like a guitar. The instrument allows the musician a lot more space to move while he plays, and it became popular in later years. The song Rocket in itself had vast cultural impact because it touches on several musical themes from hip-hop to blues to electronica. The song also sees improvised solos and singing. Herbie recorded this song alongside fellow musicians Bill Laswell and Michael Beinhorn. The two of them created melodies out of scat singing, which was recorded on synth, after which Herbie added a piano solo of his own. He also wanted to add some scat singing, so there's some lyrics from the song Planet Rock. The resulting song was mesmerizing, featuring blues to electronica and more. Another song called Cantaloupe Island. Herbie composed this song in 1964. The song is famous for its infectious groove and soul jazz themes. Herbie was at the time a rising star alongside the Miles Davis quartet. But this song, Cantaloupe Island, was a different style of song than his more abstract music alongside Miles Davis. It was a funky, groovy song with blues themes and built on a repeated piano rhythm. Alongside him were two of his bandmates from Miles Davis Quintet, bassist Ron Carter and drummer Tony Williams, keeping the rhythms going. The song was released on his album Empyrean Isles. The song became a favorite of jazz musicians. In 1964, Hancock composed a different version of the song for a performance alongside Donald Byrd. In 1969, another popular version of the tune emerged when French violinist Jean-Luc Ponty put a different spin on the tune. Hancock has performed this song several times on and off stage. One of his most notable performances was a 1974 version of the song featuring electric piano and synthesizers. The song was originally instrumental, then in 1975, Mark Murphy added lyrics. Murphy's lyrics paint a picture of a beautiful scenic island in the middle of the ocean. It's a utopian place with dancing and celebration. The second verse paints the first imagery as a symbol of ideal utopia. So it's a song about escapism and the idea of a perfect world. Another great instrumental called Chameleon, an iconic track from his 1973 album Headhunters. The song is divided into various sections, each with a different mood. The opening features a funky groove which builds into more psychedelic ethereal sound that then becomes mainstream jazz. Chameleon became a hit song in dance clubs, and in several jazz funk bands adopted this song. The song has no lyrics, but the melody says it all. The melody is like a chameleon, a kaleidoscope of sounds. Every so often a new rhythm, a new pattern, a new emotion. The bass line is one of the recognizable aspects of the song. The bass line was symbolic of the communal fluctuations in the 70s. The rhythm embodied the turbulence, the euphoria, all in a beautiful rhythm about a transformative era. Also, the improvisation on the piece is symbolic of a deviation from conformity and a celebration of uniqueness. The song features a moody vibe and an up-tempo beat. Herbie would often blend contrasting musical elements to bring out a special flavor in the music. Also, the tempo is a funky dance track, adding a new energy and excitement to the song. Also, the use of the bass ARP synthesizer adds a hypnotic quality to the track. The song went on to become a massive success and went on to feature in several movie soundtracks, TV shows and video games. And this is the Weekend Jazz Update with Jashani Silva. On this week's episode, Herbie Hancock, his life and times and best hits. Now it's time for some trending album news. There's a great new album up for grabs that's based on the medieval and the ancient, a masterpiece in progressive jazz, by pianist-composer Yelena Ekimov. It's called Scenes from the Dark Ages. The album's going up for release on March 28 on LNH Production. The album blends classical music portrayed with a fusion of jazz and fusion and world music from the 21st century. There's also some of her own compositions in the album. She recorded the album alongside a star-cast ensemble in Italy, collaborating with her are Riccardo Bertucci on electric guitar, Carlo Nisita on flute and more. One feature of the album is how she brings out the medieval feel to the music, blending modern musical instruments like the electric piano and guitar with more vintage instruments like the clavichord, celesta and harpsichord. The combination of instruments gives the music a new flavor. The songs are based on medieval life. Each song tells a story from bygone times. They are based on her favorite childhood fairy tales, and this album takes us into a medieval tapestry of fairies, knights, castles and kings and queens. Some of the songs from the album: Pilgrims, Village Tavern, From Peasant's Life, Spellbound Fortress, Adventures of a Knight and others. For more information, please visit yelenaekimov.bandcamp.com. So that was some trending album news on the Weekend Jazz Update with Jashani Silva. We're going for a short break. We'll be right back after that. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some of Herbie Hancock's best albums of all time. Stay tuned.